TSA enforcement change. In 2026 can trigger carry-on fees. Seniors don't get caught. Starting January 2026, TSA enforcement changes can quietly turn a carry-on bag into a paid checked bag, and many travelers, especially seniors, won't realize it until it's too late. TSA doesn't charge fees, but their enforcement can trigger airline fees instantly. In this video, I'll show you exactly what changed, who's affected, and how to avoid paying anything extra. Why this change exists. This isn't a new law. It's stricter enforcement of rules that already existed. Over the past few years, overhead bins have become overcrowded, slowing down boarding and causing flight delays across major airports. Airlines have also seen a sharp increase in oversized carry-on bags slipping through unchecked, which disrupts operations and reduces revenue from checked luggage. To fix this, airlines and TSA have coordinated more closely at security checkpoints, allowing size and weight limits to be enforced earlier in the process. The goal isn't to punish travelers, it's to create consistency, reduce delays, and keep flights moving on time. What actually changed in 2026? Beginning in 2026, the biggest change isn't new bag rules, it's when those rules are enforced. TSA now checks airline carry-on size and weight limits earlier in the airport process, before you ever reach the gate. If a bag is oversized or overweight, it can be flagged at security instead of during boarding. Once that happens, the airline, not TSA, applies a checked bag fee immediately, often with no chance to repack. This catches many travelers off guard because nothing about the bag looks wrong. Here's why most travelers don't realize this until it's too late. Why airlines benefit. Intelligent framing. This enforcement change isn't just about rules, it also benefits airlines. By flagging oversized or overweight carry-ons early, boarding delays are reduced, allowing flights to depart on time and improving overall efficiency. Faster turnaround times mean planes spend less time on the ground, which helps keep schedules tight. Airlines also capture revenue from bags that would otherwise go unchecked. Importantly, TSA isn't making the rules. They're enforcing them consistently across every traveler. Understanding this helps make sense of the system. It's designed to keep airports running smoothly and fairly, not to punish individual passengers. Why seniors are disproportionately affected. Many carry-on bags that were perfectly acceptable for decades are now failing today's enforcement standards. This isn't about age. It's about outdated luggage and changing airline rules. Older suitcase models are often slightly larger or heavier than current limits, even when they look compact. Many seniors also pack medical items together with personal belongings, which adds weight and bulk without realizing it. On top of that, habitual packing styles, what worked for years, haven't needed adjustment until now. The rules changed quietly, not the travelers, which is why this enforcement shift is catching so many people off guard. Proof moment. What this looks like in real life. Here's how this actually plays out. Your carry-on fits easily in the overhead bin, so you assume you're fine. But when it's placed in the airline's sizing frame, it doesn't slide in completely. At security, TSA flags the bag and hands it off for airline review. At that point, the airline applies a checked bag fee immediately, before you ever reach the gate. There's no space to repack, no time to argue. It all happens fast, and that's the moment most travelers realize this enforcement is real. The exact bag details that trigger fees. Most carry-on problems come down to small details. Size limits vary by airline, so a bag that passes on one carrier may fail on another. Soft-sided bags are still fully measured when compressed, and wheels, handles, and external pockets all count toward the total size. On some airlines, weight limits are also enforced, especially on international and low-cost routes. This is why travelers get caught off guard. Nothing about the bag looks oversized. Remember, TSA enforces airline rules at security, not separate TSA standards. How to avoid paying. The 2026 Carry-On Safety Checklist. Avoiding surprise fees comes down to a few simple checks. First, Measure your carry-on, including wheels and handles, not just the main compartment. Next, weigh the bag fully packed. Some airlines enforce weight limits even when size looks fine. If you travel with medical items, keep them separate whenever possible so they're clearly identifiable. Always check your airline's exact carry-on limits before leaving home, and use expandable bags cautiously. They often exceed limits when fully packed. This one step alone saves most travelers between $75 and $150 per trip. What TSA will and won't tell you. TSA's role is enforcement, not education. Officers aren't required to give verbal warnings if a carry-on fails airline size or weight limits, and they're not obligated to allow repacking once a bag is flagged. The focus is consistency, not discretion, which means the same standards apply to every traveler. This isn't personal, and it isn't random. It's procedural. Understanding this ahead of time helps set expectations and avoids frustration at the checkpoint. When travelers know what TSA can and can't do, these situations feel far less stressful and much more predictable. If you know the rules, this change won't cost you a penny. Share this with someone who travels, and especially with seniors who may still be using older luggage. This channel exists to save you time, money, and stress at the airport.